from the Dunkin Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island. This is another edition of ECW. I am your host, and this is what we have in store for you tonight. The last week's double countout, Raven and Kane will get it on in a restrained rules match here tonight. Which one of these ECW superstars will impress and get a future title shot at the big show? But we're going to kick things off with a six-man tag.
On the way to the ring from Russia, Victor Kazdan.
As you see the Russian Nightmare, Vladimir Kozlov making his way to the ring. Last week he was victorious against Hardcore Holly. But let's see how he fares here in this six-man tag to kick off this edition of ECW.
Making his way to the ring from Blackpool, England, weighing 240 pounds, William Regal.
As you see, William Regal makes his way towards the ring. A huge night tonight here in Providence, Rhode Island, as Raven and Kane will get it on in an ECW Extreme Rules match. That match will not determine who will face the big show, but it can go a long way to determine who gets the next opportunity at the big show and the ECW Championship. Capacity crowd here tonight.
Making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 230 pounds, Lance Storm.
Lance Storm makes his way to the ring. Look at a rebound from that loss he took against the Hurricane. Perhaps he can get some revenge here, as the Hurricane is scheduled to be one of his opponents here tonight. Glad you could join us here for another edition of ECW as the Road to Survivor Series continues. A lot of things gonna happen here tonight on One Extreme. If you're just tuning in, we're kicking things off with a huge six-man tag, as the crowd is not receptive here to ECW original Lance Storm.
The opponents from Mobile, Alabama, weighing 233 pounds, Hardcore Holly.
Hardcore Holly makes his way to the ring. This should suit his style here, no in and out tag. This is going to be a six-man tornado tag team matchup. As he would love to get his hands once again on Vladimir Kozlov.
Way to the ring from Japan, weighing 206 pounds, Tajiri.
Tajiri makes his way to the ring. He had an epic battle with Lance Storm a couple weeks ago. From what I understand, he's the one taking the place of the Hurricane in this six-man tag. And wait a minute! You haven't heard this music in quite some time? Don't tell me.
Making his way to the ring from the Bluegrass State, Kentucky, Chris Harris.
The Wildcat, Chris Harris, is here in the land of Extreme. This has got to be a shocker for the CAWFed Nation. Chris Harris. All right, here we go. Six-man tornado tag team matchup. The notes that I have is supposed to have been Lance Storm, Vladimir Kozlov, and you see Harris gets the drop kick to the back of the head. Now before rolling back in the hand of the quickness, it's supposed to be Kozlov, Regal, and Storm against Hardcore Holly, Tajiri, and the Hurricane. So it looks like to me, Tajiri didn't replace the Hurricane. He Looks like Chris Harris is the one. Chris the Hurricane in this 6-man tag. Nonetheless, our opening contest here in this edition of ECW. Regal rolls him up. And let's see how Mike Fiore handles things here. With action all over the place. The first team to get a pinfall submission shall be victorious. William Regal gets dropped on his head. And Harris, a little bit of ring rust, cannot get any offense going here in the early going. Chris Harris. Here in ECW. Down goes Chris Harris. Veteran like William Regal is surely going to show Chris Harris what it's like to be here in the land of extreme. And down he goes. William Regal has no problem sending Harris back to exactly where he needs to be. And according to him, even though William Regal for over the years, he doesn't take too many things lightly. Surely he's not going to take this lightly. Double axe handle doesn't connect. Cole Holly puts down Kozlov. A little payback from last week's matchup. And again down goes Chris Harris, courtesy of Lance Storm this time. Chris Harris has his sights on William Regal. He has to focus on Lance Storm. And that's a backbreaker by Storm. Take a look again at the replay. Slam by Holly on the outside of Kozlov. For a stretch by Chris Harris. In addition tonight, with Kane and Raven in the ECW Extreme Rules match, the ECW Champion will be in action and only a 1 count by Tajiri. Storm now on the outside to help Kozlov inside the ring. Harris is delivering a series of punches to the head. And now Harris is on the outside. They're going to make it a 2-on-2 situation, but Storm rolled back in. Inside the ring, Mike Fiore has to contend with Tajiri and William Regal here. And Tajiri, no. And a low blow from behind. Kozlov is in the ring. Domino stretched by Regal. Looking to grow and contain the Japanese buzzsaw. Domino stretch applied to the Japanese buzzsaw once again. No. And Chris Harris has been caught napping throughout this entire matchup, but he catches Lance Storm. No! 2 count only. You can't even call that offense. And that elbow smash directly to the jaw of Storm. 1. He's going for the cover. 2. And Chris Harris. The little bit of offense that he got in, it was enough to get the win for his team. Take a look at the replay. Alabama slam on the outside. Domino stretch by Regal. Didn't do much to the Japanese buzzsaw, but right there, that elbow smash to the jaw, Lance Storm with enough to get Chris Harris, Tajiri, and Hardcore Holly the victor in his opening contest on ECW. Still to come here tonight, Raven, Kane, will get it on an Extreme Rules match here on ECW.
This is another one. We in the club with this one. Black hair, collabo. New York. Girl, surrender.
We don't wave white flag. We don't surrender. Stand here and fight back. We don't surrender. Step before the side of fam. We don't surrender. Our brother bleed. We don't surrender. We don't wave white flag. We don't surrender. Stand here and fight back. We don't surrender. Step before the side of fam. We don't surrender. Our brother bleed. I let the gang clock up. I put the fear of God in you. Stigmata. I lay your body in the water by King's Plaza. My fifth pop up bigger than Big Pop.
Well, it's a big show. Wow. On the way to the ring, weighing 500 pounds, the Big Show.
The ECW champion makes his way to the ring. This will be the first time he's been in action since winning the ECW Championship. And now he's gonna have his eyes glued backstage later on tonight. And that street movement featuring Raven and Kane. But still doesn't know who he'll be facing at the Survivor Series, so he'll find out later on tonight. But right now he's taking on Shannon.
And introducing the opponent from Raleigh, North Carolina, weighing 205 pounds, Shannon Moore.
I don't know whether Shannon Moore accept the challenge here to go against the ECW champion. Finish off a triple threat that win the title in the first place. I gotta wish Shannon Moore luck in this one-on-one contest. Alright, here we go. Big boot to the face by the champion. And down goes Shannon Moore. And I think this is going to be a quick one here for the champion. Unlike for Raven later on. Power slam! Oh, here comes Shannon Moore to come back here. We've already started off this edition of ECW with the return of Wildcat Chris Harris. The debut in Atlanta Extreme though. Still makes you wonder what happened to Chris Harris here at ECW. You have to find out ourselves here later on in time. Big Show is just playing with Shannon Moore here in the early morning of this matchup. Now that makes you wonder, did Shannon Moore even have any idea he would be facing the champion here tonight? Or it didn't matter as long as he got on TV. Shannon Moore comes his way out. He has to do more than that. Leave the ring. Take a loss here. Just walk away. Get counted out. Something. That's not going to be the case though. And the Big Show is having his way with Shannon Moore. That should be no surprise. Clear height and size disadvantage. Big Show, 7'4", well 400 pounds. Shannon Moore, not even 6 feet tall. Series of punches to the face. And Big Show has him up and drops him. And here we go. He's signaling that the end is near. Here we go. Choke slam. That has to be all she wrote. 1, 2, 3. And that's all she wrote, and the Big Show wastes no time putting down Shannon Moore. Let's take a look again at the replay. He was just torn with Shannon Moore throughout this entire matchup. But in the end, the choke slam did him in. You see the Big Show scored another victory. The question now would be who he will face at Survivor Series to defend that ECW title. Would be this man, Raven, or Kane. They will hook it up in a strange rules match. Still to come here on ECW. On the next edition of Friday Night SmackDown, after last week's confrontation between the Godfather Kurt Angle and Big 60 Kevin Nash, we all thought it was conflict within the main event mafia. But in the end, a huge tag team main event was set as we saw Brock Lesnar and Abyss put down two of the cornerstones of the main event mafia. But in the end, we all were fooled as Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, and Kevin Nash are all on the same page on the next edition of Friday Night SmackDown. What will be the fallout from this ambush? You don't want to miss the next edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Okay, we continue with this edition of ECW, but a return back from last week.
On the way to the ring from Scotland, Foley.
As you see, the Irishman Finlay makes his way to the ring. It was last week. It was Finlay and Tommy Dreamer going against the Miz and the franchise Shane Douglas. Both of them battle to a double countout. So we're going to do it again here one more time in Atlanta Extreme. And here comes the innovator of violence making his way to the ring.
Making his way to the ring from Yonkers, New York, weighing 234 pounds, Tommy Dreamer.
ECW original. He told me earlier backstage there has to be a win here. He is so fed up. So what's been going on with the Miz and the franchise Shane Douglas now, buddies? And speaking of the Miz, he's set to make his way to the ring.
And introducing the opponents from the Buckeye State, Ohio, the Mines.
Well, ever since that impromptu matchup a couple months ago between the Miz and the franchise, these two have been on the same page, cohesive units. You gotta wonder what's the story behind that. You have to find out in the weeks to come.
Making his way to the ring from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, James Dawn Lewis.
The franchise Shane Douglas is looking to get his hands on Tommy Dreamer and the Irishman for that matter. Shane Douglas told me at some point, somewhere down the line, he wants another opportunity to become ECW champion. Here we go. And see if Mike Fiore's opponent can keep this all contained in the ring this time. Hope he can call it fairly in this tag team tornado matchup. Still to come, ECW Extreme Rules match. Raven, Kane, get it on. And I know both of these guys is looking to show the board of directors that one of them should be next in line. You get a shot at the Big Show, but the way Big Show dominated Shannon more just moments ago, I don't know. I think Kane would be the better matchup. Getting back to the action. Suplex. And I think Shane Douglas just told Miz, wake the hell up. He just helped out Finlay there. Or did not. I think Finlay more or less needs to wake up. So that was his partner in a double suplex. And rolls him up. Rolls up the Miz. He's too close to the ropes. Two ECW originals, excuse me. I'm getting it on here. Two former ECW champions. Could have said that. Shoulder breaker by the innovator of violence. Finlay right now is looking to take it to the Miz. It's come on as of late, perhaps since the impromptu tables match between he and the franchise Shane Douglas. A possible match of the year candidate. And speaking of that, you can vote for match of the month on our Blogspot page. WWE CAWFed at blogspot.com. All the news and happenings going on with the upcoming CPV, upcoming show. As next week, all three brands will be across the pond in England. Shane Douglas. And it's a takedown by the Miz. And a huge kick to the face by the franchise. And I was going to say that the Miz and Shane Douglas had things in hand. But now here's Finlay and Tommy Dreamer on the comeback. Here, in the early goings of this tag team tornado matchup. I would actually say it was a comeback. But the way it sequenced in the ring is exactly what it looked like. Back body drop by the franchise. Irish whip by Dreamer. Dreamer now. Double clothesline attempt by both the Miz and Tommy Dreamer. And a kick to the groin area by the Miz. And I see the Miz now. Push down the former two-time ECW champion. Another scoop slam. Blinking on the eyes by Finlay. Finlay's going for the cover. One, two. Broken up by the Miz at 2. Big right hand by a franchise. And the Miz has him up. Shane Douglas, no. The Miz has him up in the reality check. Push down Tommy Dreamer. The Miz. Cover. 2. And a 2 count only. Breaking the eyes by Dreamer. And the franchise is in trouble. He had Finlay right where he wanted him, but he was too close to the ropes. Let's see if this is going to allow Dreamer to get back into this tag team tornado match. And does Finlay have to do everything on his own here tonight? Short range clothesline. And the Miz broke it up a little bit too late. And down goes the Miz with a kidney shot to the back. And I see if Tommy Dreamer can take away the legs of the Miz. Irish whip into an arm drag. And the Miz following up with a series of punches to the head. Back and forth action between these 4 ECW superstars. Finlay like he was going for a powerbomb. That was blocked. And the Miz catches Tommy Dreamer off guard. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and the Miz gets the pinfall for his team. He and the franchise victorious. Take a look at the replay. This should have did it in for Tommy Dreamer right here in reality check. My bad earlier when I said Shane Douglas was too close to the ropes. He was not. But in the end, the Miz kept Tommy Dreamer napping. And it was enough to score the pinfall for him and the franchise. Well, coming up next, Raven and Kane will get it on. The winner perhaps will be the next #1 contender. Come on back. Our featured contest on this edition of ECW. Get ready to start now.
On the way to the ring, Asia.
The man that lost his title 2 weeks ago on this very show in a triple threat match is looking for his opportunity to deny Kane another shot. Kane lost his title at the Great American Bash to this man. This man now is looking for his rematch.
And into
talking about Kane losing the title, the ECW Championship that is, at the Great American Bash. That was in July. This is the first week in November. Kane is yet to get his one-on-one return matchup. And he's looking to do it here, but he would have to put down Raven. And it's a Extreme Rules match to do just that. But Raven, who lost the title 2 weeks ago, doesn't want anybody else going after the Big Show. He needs to put down the Big Red Machine. He wants that to happen here tonight. Here we go. Big boot to the face. And I think Kane is not going to waste any time here. But Raven, with a short-range clothesline, takes down the Big Red Machine. Then the first few seconds of this main event here, and they're already on the outside. Extreme Rules. Anything goes. And Kane is looking to flip pain, but Raven, who loves it, who loves pain and punishment, is going to bring the fight to Kane in the first place. Kane has Raven up. Kane, former two-time ECW champion, wants a third title reign. Bless him with a DDT. And Kane, signaling that the end is near already. I don't think that's going to be the case. Has him run the throat. In the air, down goes Raven. This capacity crowd here in the Dunkin Donuts Center. And he's already going for weapons. Into the barricade. Kane trying to go for a clothesline or something. Doesn't connect there, but takes down the man who took the title from him in his second reign at the Bash. And that oh my! And again! Kane deadly with that chair. And a shot to the midsection. I don't know if Raven likes pain, but I don't know if he can take much of that. From the 7-foot monster, and he has the double stretch locked in. I don't know if he has it locked in the way he wants to. That's little chair shots to the midsection, which will limit him from locking in that double stretch as normal. And Raven into the barricade. He's standing on the announcer's table here. Kane signing up Raven and takes him down. Good strategy by the Big Red Machine. This is your main event here on ECW. We saw the ECW champion earlier in a squash match. That's pretty much what he did against Shannon. We saw the ECW debut of the Wildcat Chris Harris. And he scored a pinfall at that. Kick to the midsection by Kane. And Kane, relentless punches to the back of the head. And let's see if Raven can get himself back into this match. Kane already used the chair. Try to wear down the former ECW champion. Will that be enough? And Kane now, repeated punches, and rushes him with that lariat. That elbow smash doesn't connect, but down goes Raven after a toe kick to the area that Kane worked on with those repeated chair shots to the midsection. And Kane, feel like he's doing something powerful right there. Inverted atomic drop. Kane fights his way out. And down goes Raven again. And Kane signaling he's going for another choke slam. He has him again. up in the air and through the announcer's table. We'll take a look again at the replay, but Raven is already back up to a vertical base. And Raven rolls back into the ring, but doesn't stay in the ring. And that might come back to bite him. Back to the abdominal stretch. He can't have that locked in like he wants to. The repeated chops to the midsection, courtesy of Kane. And you gotta wonder, who does the Big Show want to win this matchup? And repeated shots with a trash can over the head of Raven. ECW original Raven. This is not his first rodeo here in an Extreme Rules match. But I don't think he's ever taken on the likes of Kane in one of these. And Raven take the legs from underneath the big red machine. Let's see if Raven can capitalize on the situation. I think he's going for another running DDT. And Kane will press. Big boot, no. Raven comes back with a series of right hands. There's Kane. Big boot, no. Back and forth process between these two former ECW champions. Kick to the midsection. And another one. And if he connected in that midsection properly, Raven right now is not breathing properly neither. Lack of oxygen. He's gonna get tired very quickly here in this Extreme Rules match. Rolls him up. We're not gonna get a pinfall on the outside. Even though anything goes in this matchup, gotta get the pinfall in the ring. Back body drop. And let's see if Raven can take advantage of a down Kane. Not down anymore, but down goes Raven. And Kane, much like the Big Show was with Shannon Moore, could just be playing with Raven. Short range clothesline. The crowd here in Providence, Rhode Island are on their feet here for this main event. Kane has his hands around the throat. Push down Raven. Raven now in some deep trouble here. And to reverse it into the barricade. Russian last week takes down the big red machine. Raven. No, Kane is back up. Full shot from behind. And Raven now. Again. Downward stretch. Now all of his strength went into that downward stretch. As the repeated shots with the trash can and the steel chair by Kane. Working on the legs now. Kane has Raven up in the air, back body drop. Kane looking for another weapon. He has it. It's a sledgehammer and into the midsection. And another shot. And repeated shots with the sledgehammer. And again. And again. And another shot. Raven's trying to avoid the shots, but couldn't avoid that last one. And Kane repeated sledgehammer shots to the midsection of Raven. How much damage did that cause? That's not going to phase Raven one bit. Raven knows the objective of this matchup. Russian last week. And Kane, I think he's done playing around this time around. He allowed Raven to catch some air. Doesn't matter. Third choke slam of the night. And Raven is dead. He's back up. He got up immediately after that choke slam. Kane slides into the ring. And into the corner Raven goes. Raven fights his way out of the corner. Blast over the DDT. He's back up again. That's gotta be pure instinct at this point. Out of the corner. Big boot out of the corner. Nick Patrick. Two. Kick out by Raven at 2. What else does the Big Red Machine have to do to put down Raven? Backbreaker. Kane now, sickening. He is through playing with Raven. He has to go down this time. Raven is up. Right hand. Repeatedly. Kane. Irish whip. Has him. Down he goes. Off the Irish whip. Kane going up top. High risk. Gets caught with a clothesline off the top rope. Kane has Raven. Puts him down. Just gotta do it. 1, 2. No! Raven's up again. Why won't he stay down? It's not gonna matter here. Kane into the big boot again. 1. And that should do it. 2, 3. And it does. And Kane wins this Extreme Rules match. He pretty much dominated it from this point right here. Once he attacked Raven in the midsection with that steel chair, it was all she wrote because Raven wouldn't be able to breathe long enough to catch a second wind and attempt to come back. But Kane inflicted the pain at this point right here, choke slam through the announcer's table, and this is the first of 2 big boots. Raven wouldn't stay down long enough, and in the end, this second big boot right here out of the corner will put down Raven. Now the question is, will it be Kane and the Big Show at Survivor Series? We'll have to find out next week. We'll see you tomorrow on Friday night on SmackDown.